Exporting an InDesign file to a PDF. Submitting digital files as PDFs. All digitally uploaded projects should be submitted as a PDF at degree level, unless stated otherwise. If you submit an InDesign file, all the images will be blank squares and any fonts you have selected will convert back to the InDesign standard font of Miriam or Mignon Pro. In a lot of cases, the file may not even open, as InDesign files only work on your laptop computer where you have all the original images saved. If a tutor is not able to open your file due to it being submitted in the wrong format, for example an InDesign file, this may count as a non-submission. When exporting a file as a PDF, it's important you follow a few steps to make sure it is saved and thus opens in the correct format. Here's a demo of how to do that. Here is one of my InDesign files. This is actually a trend forecasting pack that I work on for my own business. So I've got to the end of creating it. Now it's been great to use InDesign and have all the images there so I can go back and edit it. And I'll always want to keep the InDesign version in case I want to upload it, in case I want to reuse it or edit it in the future. However, for now I'm ready to submit it or upload it. So I don't want to give anybody the InDesign file because, like I've mentioned, it only opens on my computer where I've saved all the linked images and so on. So what I want to do now is go to File, Adobe PDF Presets and High Quality Print. Now once I do that, you should get a window like this one pop up. I want to choose the destination I'm going to save it, so I'm going to do it on my desktop for now. Give the file a name. With most degree projects, we ask you to name it as your actual name to make it easier, so you could do this. And then I click Save. A further window will now pop up. Now I wanted to do all pages. There's not much that I need to do here, but the most important thing is I want to click Spreads. By clicking Spreads, it will keep pages like this that are next to each other, saved next to each other, rather than splitting them up so that that's a single page and that's a single page. And especially with pages like this where I've got work going over a double page spread, I definitely don't want that broken up. So to make sure that those double page spreads stay together so they look like a landscape page, I have to click Spreads here and then click Export. Now that will do it in the background. You should see on yours perhaps a little working wheel up here. Now, these projects are quite big, so while it might allow me to go and have a look through my project, if I go and search for that PDF on my desktop, it might be there, but it will appear blank. So give it a good few moments to actually save your file because it's got to embed all these images and that takes time. So give yourself sort of 5-10 minutes to let that upload. If you were working to the deadline and you now try to upload that PDF, it might be that PDF will be empty because it's not had time to upload and translate, so you need to give lots of time to do that. You can actually double click on that spinning wheel and you can see the progress of your PDF saving in the background if that helps you save time. But like I said, this is quite a small PDF, but some of those that are bigger will take lots of time. So make sure that that's finished saving before you try and upload it. Another really important thing is that you actually check your PDF before you submit things, because sometimes there could be the odd pixelated image, or you might have forgotten to click Spreads at the end, which will mean that all the pages are split up. So make sure you check your PDF before you upload. That means you can always go back and give it plenty of time to convert. So I've got two examples of PDFs that I've saved here. The first one is the one that I showed you how to do, where I've saved clicking the Spreads. And when I open it up, you can see that my pages here, which were two A4s next to each other, have been saved so they read next to each other, which is nice and clear and what we want to see you do. However, if I didn't click Spreads and I didn't check my PDF, and I'd accidentally saved it as pages, which it automatically comes up and you can see here that all my pages are split up and my beautiful mood boards are now split up, which will make me lose marks. They're not coherent, it's not easy to read. So make sure you check your PDFs. If yours is looking like mine and your pages are split up, you need to go back to InDesign. Make sure when you're saving it as a PDF that you select Spreads here. So that's Spreads here rather than pages. So Spreads keep those pages next to each other, just like in that first example here, where the mood boards and everything are laid out as I intended. Again, it's really important that you do save everything as a PDF and make sure that's what you uploaded. Again, if your InDesign file can't be read or is submitted and you can't be read, that will count as a non-submission.